Individuals whose name were similar to other names that they were looking for. And as they rounded up these people, these innocent people, the family members of those individuals started running to stores asking for help because they did not speak English. But when they came to the stores, store owners didn't know what to tell them.
So, Mo set up his own community organization on Coney Island Avenue to meet these new challenges head on.
See, what happened was individuals did not know about the legal system. They didn't know that they can get free attorneys. They did not know how do they set bail. So we started to help them, and we started holding legal clinics. And then we realized that these individuals cannot advocate for themselves because they could not speak English. They could not call the police station, anybody. It'll be really nice for all your family members to come there.
Mo and a few volunteers began to teach the Pakistani immigrants to speak English.
Would you like to do restaurant? Would you like to do a telephone conversation? Doctor's appointment? All right?
Yes.
Shamshuna Haji,
Yes.
let's begin. Don't get nervous. Relax.
Good morning, Dr. Johnson office. How may I help you?
Number one, the letter has to be addressed to somebody. So it will start from to so-and-so.
They also taught them how to use computers.
They can email, they can write letters, and they will have a skill if they want to work.
So we are sending one letter.
Meanwhile, the need for these community services just kept growing.
As we opened the doors, people came with other problems. How to get food stamp, how to get Medicaid. I need help with my child in school problems. Just so much other problems that people had that we couldn't close the doors.
Soon, Mo's long hours turned into long days as he worked hard on behalf of others for no pay.
And he's being put into deportation proceedings now. But the thing is, they have a child. I had residual income coming in, thank God.
But the money wouldn't last forever. The answer to Mo's prayers, a most unlikely project volunteer,
This is Jagjit.
a foreign graduate student named Jagjit Singh, who just happened to be studying nonprofit management at New York University.
It was like he opened this door. I did not know that this nonprofit world existed. I did not know there was other foundations and organizations helping nonprofits.
Everybody in this country is an immigrant.
He taught Mo how to get financial grants from philanthropic organizations.
They have to be here legally.
Mr. Singh also goes by the name Jay since coming to America.
We have some grant.
Jay is Indian.
Well, that's the beauty of the United States. While Pakistan and India were about to go to war with each other, we united and we were helping the South Asians together. Muslim and Hindu, working together to better the community itself at large. I'm here to inform you about your graduation.
To date, Mo and Jay have helped over 4,000 Pakistani immigrants, as well as immigrants of other nationalities living on or near Coney Island Avenue.
Some of you ladies are very nervous. I hope people understand that we are also against this, against these people, these terrorists, because we all came in this country for the same reasons, for that dream, to fulfill that dream. Congratulations. Congratulations on your finishing this course. It was very hard.
So I'd like to start off by just sharing with you my personal issues and struggles as an immigrant.
My name is Debbie Almontasser. I'm an educator as well as a community activist.
Focusing on the Yemeni community, which my family comes from, which is Yemen.
The past 5 years, I've been residing in Midwood, Brooklyn, in the Coney Island Avenue area of Brooklyn, which is a very diverse community. Christians, Jews, Pakistanis, Muslims, Indians, people from all over the world. But after September 11th, this very diverse community had fallen apart. So I left my job as a classroom teacher, took a leave of absence to do, Islam sensitivity training, Arab culture training, as well as presentations at churches, synagogues, community-based organizations. And I hope that this event
will provide you with the hope.
Wherever there was a need, there was such animosity and fear that it was important for me to help people understand who Arabs, Muslims, and South Asians were. Looking at my own personal family, each and every one of us had had this horrible thing called racism and discrimination happen to us because of the fact that we were Arab and Muslim. It affected us, my husband and I, but the way that it affected my children was much more. You know, it was devastating for them to think that, you know, some of our neighbors hated us so much. Not only did we feel hated, but we also felt fear. I remember, you know, it was September 18th that I had to come into this city to go to CBS Studios for a quick interview, and people on that train were looking at me. People would look at my hijab and then look at the size of my bag and the way I'm holding it. It was just a very uncomfortable feeling to have all eyes on you and treating you like you're a criminal. And it was then that I realized that people, the first thing they see is a Muslim woman. They don't see a woman who's been here all her life, who is as American as apple pie. And it was very difficult for me to be seen in that light, that I'm recognized first for a religious background rather than for an individual. The fear and the hysteria that was existing within our communities also existed within our schools.
Okay, what do we get for an answer on this one?
There were a few family members of either teachers or parents who died on September 11th. The Arab and Muslim and South Asian communities really feared having their kids go to school, and so they kept the kids home for weeks on end. Children didn't understand who their peers were, only what they've heard and read about through the media. In the midst of all this, I realized that there was a great need to develop a sense of understanding within our schools, to really better treat them as peers rather than enemies or kids to fear. And so we were fortunate to get the Christian Children's Fund to pay me a part-time salary. I was able to work part-time and also do this work for free within our schools. If you guys are interested in peer mediation, you know, conflict resolution mediating, you should get. I did this through a great deal of workshops with teachers and students as well as with families. I'm so glad to hear that you're going to, you know, move this along and do some more stuff. Where we looked at ourselves as individuals and shared our own personal stories in order to understand and develop a sense of respect for the culture of the other. Through this training, we broke these barriers where we started to make people feel comfortable to be a part of the bigger community.
So I feel very, very comfortable here today. For Coney Yiddish, you know, and not just a bissel, but a rice.
And out of this, we organized interfaith events around issues of discrimination, bias, etc.
We're welcoming everyone who is here on behalf of peace.
And, you know, those issues do come up, of people feeling that they have to be in solidarity with Israel and people having to feel solidarity with Palestinians, but are strong enough not to let their views be acted out in the United States. They understand they have a lot to lose.
How wonderful it is to sit together, to be together, brothers and sisters.
The Coney Island area is really a living testimony that people are working quite hard to accommodate their neighbors. One perfect example is the Peace Walk. Over 200 people walking side by side together to bear witness that people of Christian, Jewish, and Muslim background can coexist in peace. To see this unique diversity and people being able to coexist in a community is quite amazing. People of all different faiths and cultures can live together. I think it's really beautiful.
A remarkable story about the people of one neighborhood that gives hope to us all. That's our show for this week. Our thanks to VOA producer Larry Clamage. I'm Melinda Smith. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week on This Week.